Terminator season on the Films and Swearing Movie Podcast. You are listening to episode 80, The Terminator. Your clothes, give them to me, now.
Hello and welcome to episode 80 of the Films and Swearing Movie Podcast. I am your host, Stu. Joining me today is a no caring, ass bearing, always swearing, Jason mask wearing, Andy Walker.
What the fuck was that meant to be?
That was like last second. Is it right? I'm going to do Arnie. And then it's like, that's deep Indian.
That was the worst whatever it was.
Each week we watch one film, build it up, break it down, have a look at the facts and look at the figures, and this month it is Terminator month.
Whatever it is.
Wonder Woman!
Fuck you.
Alright, so yes, we are watching, reviewing, destroying all 5 Terminator films.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Fuck the Sarah Connor Chronicles, we're not that dedicated.
Oh. I'm not like that.
Andy, what is new?
New?
Aye. Other than Terminator season.
None.
Should we tell people about our Sharknado competition?
I think so. You might do.
Yep, go to filmsandswearing.com. At this time there should be a competition on the website to win yourself a copy of Sharknado 3. Oh hell no! On DVD.
Is that really what it's
That's
called?
the subtitle.
Fuck.
Aye.
Stone Cold just come and say it and get hit by a shark.
That was Chris Jericho.
Oh no!
Aye. Let's see, I think the poor bastards have sold their soul to this film is Chris Jericho, Jedward,
Oh, Jedward.
Jerry Springer, Lou Ferrigno, and I think some more American celebrities like football players, basketball players.
Farrah Abraham.
I would not be surprised.
A dirty fucking evil slut.
Yes, she is the shark. But no. So yes, the review is already on the website because I think we reviewed it when it was on the Sci-Fi Channel ages ago. But yes, we have 3 copies of the DVD to give away. No, there's not a Blu-ray.
Oh, boo.
Yes. These films are meant to be watched on lesser known or lesser preferred formats.
I know.
Like, you're surprised this is not coming out on like VHS.
It would be awesome.
Which is like been copied over twice, recorded off the telly, and then that copy's been copied. Then somebody's waved a magnet over it. Now you have a copy of it. How it should be watched.
And at the end it kind of goes all white and black, and then another video starts.
Like, is this maybe like, would this be considered like the type of film kids would hand around today on like a USB stick? Going, oh, you need to go out and fucking watch this film. It's funny as fuck.
They can.
Yeah.
I'm
Like-
not down with kids.
Like, well, let's see, like back in the day, for me, it was like anime films, like Akira, Ninja Scroll. That was like the tape that was being passed about in like fucking Spud Science. Aye, and like deliver. I know. Like, what about you? What in school, was there a point where somebody was passing around a tape?
No.
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 No. Oh well.
Not in my circle.
What do you mean? You and my cousin Mike never traded tapes?
No. Because I didn't own any.
Aye, so that was the thing, like, back in my day. So I reckon if Sharknado was a type of, like, so bad it's good type of film where folk would pass it around, other than, like, maybe nowadays they just pass it around, like, violent pornography.
Probably.
Aye.
Fucking revenge fucking porn.
Aye. Like, you want to see our science teacher? Aye, here's a video of it.
Oh.
Aye. Youth of nowadays.
Okay.
Okay, so aye. That's got fuck all to do with Sharknado, but filmsandswearing.com. Go click on the Sharknado competition post, and that'll probably tell you how to win it.
Probably.
Aye. We don't, like, people don't want to do a lot to win stuff nowadays. If you want them to send an email and answer a question, it'll not happen.
No.
Sometimes it's a struggle to get them to like a post or share it. So, fuck it, you're just going to have to like it if you want it. If you want to win a copy of Sharknado, go to filmsandswearing.com, click on our social media links, go to Twitter or Facebook, and look for the post on Sharknado and either like or retweet, and that'll be considered your entry into the competition.
Yeah.
Aye.
That sounds good enough.
Aye. You need to do, like, hardly anything. Just tap your phone on that post.
Or click a mouse if you're going it on your computer.
Aye.
Like me.
That's a mouse click.
Was it? I thought it was a shotgun.
Oh, well, let's get to the shotguns. Today, of course, we are starting our Terminator season by reviewing the original Terminator from 1984. Now, if you're one of those folk that have not seen the original Terminator...
One of the three.
Mm-hmm. This is our spoiler alert system.
Is it?
It is a trance remix of the Terminator theme.
Get this shit playing.
So if you've not seen the original Terminator, what are you doing? Go back and watch it.
Oh god.
We need to let this play because it just gets better.
Oh yeah. I hate this shit.
So please watch the original Terminator before continuing on with the rest of the episodes.
Oh, you give me my glow sticks.
I know, let's snap these bad boys off.
Oh, there's that shotgun again.
We will be back. So yes, this has probably been enough time to warn you. It takes quite a while to kick in, so maybe each week we could just play another 30 seconds of the song. There, you've got the tip. Right,
I feel like Kevin and Perry.
Okay, so yes, it is Terminator. The Terminator from 1984, from director James Cameron. At that time, he was known for Piranha Part 2, The Spawning.
Oh god.
Yes. Film stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as Terminator, Michael Biehn as Kyle Reese, and Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor. Fuck all else.
There's one person.
There's like two cops. Ginger.
The psychiatrist.
Dr. Silberner.
But he's the one that's in...
Someone else.
Them all.
Is he?
He's in the second, the third. So like the second one, he's at the... when Arnold Schwarzenegger comes out with his fucking coffin. He's at the fucking... I'm sure he's at the fucking... what's it called? No, the second one, he's the psychiatrist in the...
Right.
In the fucking mental hospital.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then the third one is something to do with a fucking coffin.
Yeah.
A lead
well, we will find out in the coming weeks.
Oh, aye. Aye. I'm just giving him a wee taste.
But Andrew, tell him what happens in Terminator.
Starts off, is it 2027 or something?
2029.
Oh, maybe, aye, 2029, one of the two. And the fucking world's been done in by the robots.
The robot race.
Aye.
Cyborgs and...
But fucking Big John Connor, he's fucking beating them. I don't know how, like.
Aye.
When did they not just drop nukes everywhere again? We just finish with one nuke, fucking. But and then they start winning, so they get the fucking teleporter out and send a Terminator back in time. And then
erase John Connor from existence.
To kill his ma before she has him.
Exactly.
And then the rebels send back Kyle Reese.
Mm-hmm.
Why? We'll find out later.
Like, that always seems to be the what would you do with a time machine? Like, send someone back in time and kill Hitler's mum.
But if you do that, then there would have been somebody worse than Hitler. They fucking actually succeeded in wiping out the Jews.
Aye, so we get to see the 1980s thoughts of the dark future. Like 2029. This is what the future will look like to them in the 80s.
Yeah. Then they got them sent back to the present in 1984.
Aye, where it is just full on fucking 80s hair.
That was fucking something.
Like, that's why there's a hole in like the ozone layer. Hairspray. Aye, right. When was the first time you've seen Terminator?
Fucking years ago.
Was that like just as a kid?
Yeah. I didn't understand why he was walking about naked.
Why do people start off naked in this movie?
What's your clues?
I think that was the same for me. I can't mind specifically when I first saw it. It was obviously just amongst a collection of like videotapes I had,
Yeah.
probably taped off the telly, paused at the adverts.
That's dedication.
Aye. And like we also had like, I guess the memory of going and seeing it in cinema when we went to one of those midnight screenings, which was a bonus.
Yeah.
Like it was really a case of you could properly appreciate it, like seeing it then, because I think I obviously watched a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Forgot about it like as a teenager, and then kind of revisiting it. It's like, fuck, this is actually a pretty good film. So we could agree that it's a good film.
Yes.
Yes, good. Right, we're on the same. Actually, I think this will probably just be quite a straightforward, like appreciation for the series, even maybe the bad ones, but
we'll see.
aye. So the 1980s, like what I love is the old school lightning effects when they're being teleported. It's just the blue, like fucking stroke, just and scaring the fuck out of homeless people and truck drivers going, what the fuck? Like, that son of a bitch took my pants! And just like, all that shit.
It's like, what the fuck? It looks like he's raping that old man.
And it always seemed to just be lying around smoking cigars.
Look at the cigars.
Obviously, Arnie arrives first,
Aye.
and he gets the bump into like those 80 punks.
Aye, there's two of them I recognise.
Aye, one's Bill Paxton. I didn't know which one he was. I guess maybe the one that did the most talking with the spiky blue hair. Like
the one that looked like got run here by a fucking motorbike.
maybe. Like he went on to be bigger things, especially with like James Cameron. He was like in the Aliens movies, and like he was that bad guy in Two Guns, like the smooth talking guy. Whereas like you're like a pair of assholes with sunglasses on. I'm paraphrasing, but it's just the fucking cold dialogue. I was like, nice night for a walk, and
nice night for a walk.
No clean clothes, right? And then he just fucking fists the boy, just put like the fist through his chest with an uppercut. Like just right away, he's like, oh fuck! Like, of course, he looks like a giant fucking machine as he fucking stands up, butt naked, chiseled out of stone.
Did you not see his dick flap when he was walking?
No.
You get the Blu-ray.
Oh right.
You just see a fucking.
We were on Netflix, so maybe it was standard definition. We didn't see like a third of leg just.
It's just when he's walking towards the fucking free folk.
Oh right.
You just see a wee dick hanging in the and he's in the moonlight.
This is not like Salvation where there's a small cloud of smoke covering his genitals.
No, you actually see dick.
Right. This is why this was a 15. Or was it an 18? I like nowadays I think they kind of lessen the ratings on films now.
They're not fair. Back in the days they weren't fair to make an 18.
Exactly. Because they know people would still queue around the block to see it. Now, obviously, Michael Biehn then shows up, getting fucking just spat out.
He didn't get a gentle landing.
Aye, just dropped. And then I was trying to think, because he stands up and he's got all these scars on his back. Is that supposed to be the fucking imprint of the pavement on his back? Or is like, no. This boy's been through the wars.
That's bullet wounds and shit that's healed up.
I know, just at first, like, are they trying to say he landed on the ground that hard? Like, they're just peeling he's got the tarmac on him. Bye. Robs the homeless boy, scares the shit out of him.
With Nikes.
Aye, that's some fucking product placement if I've ever seen it.
And what fucking shop has random fucking bales of Nike trainers?
Aye, like there's like fucking trench coats and Nikes. And I was like the thought of, right, what's my shoe size? I'll just palm them to my feet. Just check, like, that'll fit. I'll hide in his photo booth. And then just sneak out in these Nike sneakers.
It's just how he fucking sneak out, like he's held up off his body. With his gun fucking right up against his face.
If you want to escape the cops, get a pair of Nike sneakers.
Yeah, because they make you sneak.
Aye. Now, big question early on. Why has Michael Bihn's impact never been as significant as Arnold's?
Because he's not muscular and beastly.
Well, that's it, like, is it the fact that he wasn't in the sequel either? Like, because, okay, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Terminator movies are legendary. Yeah. Like, especially because of the big role reversal in the second movie. He's a good guy. Would it have been better if Michael Biehn was the Liquid Terminator? Or would that not make sense?
No, that's already blown my mind because I'll be thinking about the second day. I've not watched it again, but I can't mind of them explaining how a liquid Terminator came through the time machine when you need to be made of organic material to get through.
Right.
You understand?
Don't know.
No.
Maybe they're just like somebody that's been sent through the past and they've got like a fucking coffee flask and they just pour the flask in the closet. Comes up and is like, cheers boss.
Maybe they
Knife
just
him in the face.
cut some skin and made it into some sort of package and poured them in.
Aye, that's it. Like, they need to be transported through living tissue.
Aye.
So there's like I'll volunteer to go back in the past. Right, drink this. Like, no. And then it has to like drink the fucking liquid Terminator, get to the future, throw up the liquid Terminator. And then the liquid Terminator just kills him because he was just a vessel.
Aye.
Anyway, in Terminator 1, but aye, like, Michael Biehn's never been as big as Arnie, but obviously Arnie's a fucking force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Like, he just took...
When
like,
was this his first major role?
Oh, I should
Just
have
before
looked up.
Conan.
This should have been after, I'd imagine. I'd imagine Arnie just doing things like Hercules in New York and Conan is just that's the next thing. Like, just until he gets...
Conan was a big fucking hit for him as well.
Right.
So he's probably already kind of established a wee bit as an action hero, whereas this fucking... What's his name, Mr. Bean?
Michael Biehn.
Mr. Bean. Who the fuck wants to see Mr. Bean in an action film?
Because I'm positive, like, obviously the boy has had a big career, but it's just not as big as
obviously
Arnie's.
There's so much. Had a good career like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, you know, like the highest paid fucking actor per word in the world ever.
Maybe how much did they pay him for those Meerkat adverts?
Fucking loads.
I think we're alone now. And then they just pop up in his car. It's like, take my wallet. It's like, no, we want 2 tickets for the price of 1 for Terminator Genesis.
Tickets?
Aye.
What, tickets?
But I think he just seems to have been like one of the fucking prime time players for James Cameron. Because he's in Aliens, he's in The Abyss, which I'm positive is another James Cameron film.
Right.
And he's also in The Rock.
Is he?
Not the actor, but like...
So body.
It's like that scene for fucking Total Recall. Lifts up, The Rock lifts his shirt up and there's Michael Biehn.
Goes like Koano or something.
Okay, so Sarah Connor driving her wee miniature like
fucking robotic space fucking.
I know, like Flash Gordon had one of those in a chair. Just wafting the finest 80s hair.
Yeah. And she's so shit, Joe.
Daddy, I just think Americans were really shitty to her. Like, she's walking through carrying 3 plates, like, I'm ready for my order now. Like, what about this coffee? It's like,
I'll get you in a minute.
Aye, it's like,
like,
who wanted the burly beef? Like, who wanted the barbecue, no fries? Like, no, somebody ordered the burly beef. Tell me. And this kid's like, I'm just going to fill your pockets with ice cream.
You got the right idea, kid. I think I might just tip you.
I know, like
fuck you kid.
I would just spit in every one of your dishes. And then
I would shit in them. Spit's too good for it, kid.
And then cut to like Arnie at the weapon dealer. Did he look familiar to you?
Aye. What for?
I looked up the only big films.
Jaws?
Nah, I never popped up. The main credits, like how IMDb tells you like the most 4 popular films, it was Terminator and the Gremlin movies.
I didn't recognise him for that.
Aye. He plays Murray Futterman in Gremlins 1 and 2 as like the wacky neighbour to the main family.
Right. I just mind him being a fucking arsehole with somebody.
He might have been an arsehole in Gremlins.
No, I've...
It's like, you sold that fucking thing again! We're fucked, I hate you, we're moving.
I don't even think I've actually watched him.
In Gremlins.
I've watched
like
the Gremlins, but I've never fucking paid attention to them.
Aye, that's it, because like, I looked at him and was like, the boy's got like a kint face.
Aye.
So I had to look it up. Then like, just the moment where Arnie rattles off his shopping list of guns, going through his Amazon wish list.
Aye.
Like this. And then, like, he just starts fucking loading the gun. It's like, you can't do that. Wrong. That's it.
No, it was he asked for a fucking laser gun, magnetic laser gun saying, "Hey man, it's just what you see here."
Like, this is not the fucking future, son.
An Uzi.
And then, like, just how easily he just offs, like, the first Sarah Connor.
Okay.
Like, just the old deer just at the door.
Sarah Connor.
Like, yes, like...
Double trips in the dog. It's like he stumbled through the door. Fucking have it.
And, like, I always thought the gun was silenced.
I think it had a built-in silencer.
But there's like... Like, on
I
your...
bet it wasn't like... fucking huge noise.
I know, but it just sounded like... That sounds louder than it should be. I thought you would be discreet. Just firing a gun 7 times on this woman. I'm pretty sure you shot her in the face the first time.
Aye, I didn't give a fuck.
Like must complete termination.
Stay, make sure.
Just filling her full of bullets. Then cut to Ginger's creepy boyfriend. Oh, that fucking telephone call. Where
I've got to bite your buttons off.
and pull down your panties with my teeth.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hi Sarah, it's Ginger there.
Oh. Who is this?
I'm the comical creepy boyfriend who's got to get offed in the next scene.
Yes.
Oh,
what about Pugsley?
Oh, Pugsley, that's not a Doug.
Obviously.
Aye, like that. You would think like that just is like a wee fucking bulldog walks in the room and goes. But no, it's just this fucking lizard, iguana running about. Then we get, they're sitting dolling up for their night out, and like just Ginger's hair and like Sarah's hair, just like again the ozone layer's fucked. Like how the
fuck they get so much volume?
I know it reaches their shoulders. It's like as if they're.
It's like they're wearing a big fucking.
Hair helmet. Linda Hamilton, is she familiar to you at all outside of the Terminator franchise?
Don't think so.
Looking on IMDb, she was in Dante's Peak. With fucking James Bond. She also in looks like a horrible live action version of Beauty and the Beast. Look at that beast. That man has animal prosthetics on his face.
Oh my god, it looks like the fucking. What's it called? A leopard man.
And she does have 74 credits to acting.
No, I'm good.
She is still acting nowadays in TV shows like Lost Girl or Bermuda Tentacles.
No.
I think she might just be showing up just so folk could go, it's the lassie for Terminator. Like that is why you're popular.
Yes.
And
they're kind of moan. That's just like fucking. What's his boss? Mark Hamill.
Exactly, like Star Wars boy.
Aye,
that is, you've been tainted by your most popular franchise. But like that's it. Like she is just the Terminator chick.
Yeah. That's all.
She does good though. Like it's not we're not putting her down for that. Going Terminator chick.
Yeah.
I laughed at the black cop wanting a cigarette, and he's like searching his pockets, and his pal gives him his fags, and he goes to take a fag at the packet, and he's already holding a lit cigarette in his hands. Like just that caught me off guard. I was like, "Yay!"
That's stressed.
And he's sitting drinking coffee, and the guy's like, "I put a cigarette out in that." Like,
No, it was like that's 2 weeks old.
Aye, no, I think it was 2 hours old.
Oh.
Hopefully, it was only 2 weeks old. He couldn't drink it; it would be a solid. A fucking cube of coffee would hit him in the face. Like, I love how fucking phone books played such a big part in this movie.
Phone books, if it wasn't for a phone
nowadays,
book, could find anybody.
They could not remake this movie.
No.
But you're just sitting there, like, just having Terminator, like, going, Siri, all the fucking Sarah Connors in this area. It's like, there's 4. Well, I've killed 3. Well, there's just 1.
Deceased.
Aye. It's like, local funeral parlour. It's like, no, I'm not burying them. I need to kill them. Where's the closest gun shop?
I think one of his fingers would be a fucking an 8-bit and fucking lightning connectors. Plug his thumb into it.
Or maybe he would just like pick up his palm and just peel the skin down. It's just a touch screen. Just swiping through, going, 3G.
Fuck.
Just holding his hand up for a signal.
It's like, no more minutes.
I was like, I'm from the fucking future. This should be easy.
I know.
But it was like just like at 3 different times, like everyone got a phone book, flick through it, looks at all these Sarah Connors.
Right, there you go.
It could just be the same. Like it looks like Linda Hamilton's got Arnold Schwarzenegger's hand in this shot. Like they're on a tight budget. They just reused a couple of shots. Then she gets to fucking Tech Noir, gets on the phone, dials 911, and is like, "If you need a car, stay on the line." Why the fuck do you hang up the phone?
I know.
It's like, right, that's exactly what you need. It's like, oh fuck's sake, I'm wasting my time with the police. Hang up. It's like, no.
I'll go and have a drink.
Yes, I'll phone Ginger. She's probably finished being ploughed by now. It's like, no, they're too busy listening to fucking cassette tapes and ploughing.
Aye, under the fucking Walkman.
Aye.
Who the fuck's the ghetto blaster or some shit like that? What are you doing? He's listening to it on a fucking Walkman.
They just wanted to be like romantic as fuck. They're probably ballads played.
Romantic as fuck.
Aye, just like listening to like slow ballads that she's
It
been.
was the slow bastard ballads. It was like fucking techno music. I think it was the same music that was on in the club.
Well, maybe they were just trying to keep up with the beat.
Here, try this rhythm. Listen to the Terminator music.
Let's headbang whilst we're doing it. What about fucking like Ginger fancying the works after having sex? I go through, I'll get like all this meat, all this celery, a big carton of milk.
It's like, I bet you she was sleeping for like 3 years. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning and it's like, oh, I fancy fucking food.
I'm going to make a Big Mac and just fucking start grab on.
I just got to eat one of everything in the fridge.
Aye. Put it all together whilst fucking Matt is getting destroyed in the bedroom. Like, I just love like those fucking giant robotic punches.
That was the worst thing ever when he punched a pillow and it exploded.
Aye, like that just gives you the fucking scary impact of how strong this boy is.
But how strong would you have to be to make someone that is so fucking that would just mould around your hand?
Aye, to punch right through it.
Yeah,
like that boy must be for the future if he can do that.
That's like fucking swiftness. Like what?
Aye, like there is a trivia note later on where they said they used like a hydraulics, like robot arms to punch through things. I'm not sure if they went to the point of just getting a hydraulic arm to fucking punch through a pillow. I'm sure like the producers are at the side going, is that a good use of the budget?
No.
Like, shut up. Like, one day I will make giant blue people and no one will question me. But like, it was just like how Matt's like, hey, don't make me bust you up, man. Next thing you see him in his wee red socks being flung across the room. Like,
fucking
through
tight blue pants.
every bit of IKEA furniture they had.
Even the IKEA door.
Aye. Like, just through that. And it's just like he's still trying to fight. He's like, I'll bust you up, man. Like, through the screen door. And it's just the fucking him going through the door. She drops her fucking, like, club sandwich and carton of milk. And just fucking Arnie just looks, just ploughs her with a couple of bullets. Thinking like, finally, I've got Sarah Connor.
Right.
And then it's just that.
And if she was only fucking 30 seconds slower in phoning, that's what the hell fucking film is. It's all just like fucking timing.
Aye. It is like just fucking, like, just a great moment where he's killed them and he's like, job's done.
Right.
And then, like, you just hear his answer machine who, like, just fucking points the pistol at it. In the real Sarah Connor's phoning in. He's like, it's her. How do I find her? I'm at Techno Noir. Like, where's, like, she's there on Pickard Street or Piccolo. And it's like, luckily, you give her the exact address on the phone. And Arnie's like, yeah, thumbs up.
No, it's just when she goes in there just to pay like $4.50 to get in.
Aye.
It's like, why don't just charge her $5 so they can give them change?
She needs it for the machine. The phone in the back.
Good looking.
But, like, that's it, because if she never phoned in, Arnie's going to be sitting looking at the wee handwritten phone book going,
Techno, can't compute.
Fucking handwriting.
Just go and fucking murder a whole spin until we deal with me.
I'm just going to just kill everyone in the city and I'll eventually get to her. And then, like, cuts to, like, Tech Noir, where, like, within seconds, he's got in there. And he just walks right in, like,
Hey, that guy didn't pay.
That was the fucking best bit of the movie, where the guy just grabs him and then just like
just fucking breaks on his fingers.
And the guy's like, ah!
Just skis up. Alright, let him go. It's alright.
Just ends him instantly. Like, that was it. Security stopped right there.
I'll pay his money. I'll pay it.
Just fucking, just destroyed his fingers. And the guy's like, I quit.
That was another thing with timing. And it's like she spills something in the thing when she bent into fucking pick it up, and he walks past and looks. And if he'd seen her there, it was over.
Aye, it is just a well-crafted film. Like, they knew exactly everything that... Like, it's just really thought out. But I just like that momentarily, like, distract. And then when she sits up...
And he turns around and says,
and then that shot is like, fucking... Kyle Reese is already in the bar!
Aye.
And then just fucking shotguns go off.
Aye.
Like, I think that was at the moment where it's like, watching his kids like, oh, it's fucking ace. Just as, like, fires, like, 3 or 4 blasts, and Arnie just hits the deck. They're like, fuck. And then just gets up.
Aye.
Like, no big deal. It's like,
fuck it, I'm the Undertaker.
Like, that's the fucking moments where they're like, fuck. Like, he's an unstoppable machine.
But one thing that annoys me is aiming. So they've all got like targeting systems in their eyes, and they can see things.
Aye. But he still wants to just spray them with bullets.
Aye, when he goes into the police station and it's like he sees a policeman running sideways, and the kid's like exactly the speed that he's gone, so he kids when he's gone.
He should just use one bullet to hit him between the eyes. Like,
yes.
Well, maybe he's just an early model. Like he's the 101.
He's not quite the fucking T600.
Aye,
the rubber model.
That annoyed me a little bit because they made that sound like the T600 was
the original.
Aye. So why go back to the T101?
I think it's maybe
a lot more.
We've been what I thought was we've been computers. Everything's all decimal pointed. So I think it was going to be like here's version 6.
Aye.
And, then they fucking eventually got up to 101 kind of thing. I think I'm stupid.
But like in the other films, I'm sure it's like the Liquid Terminator is like the T1000. So is it like 101, 1000? Like they're getting better as they go, and then you think, well, 600 must be quite better. Is it? No, it's just like just the animatronic Arnie for later on go like trying to take his eye out.
Some of the animatronics.
Like they send him back. Go, whoa, that's a fucked up puppet. Let's beat it to death and steal his clothes. Aye, but the fucking shoot, like, that is it. We get our first proper shootout in the movie at this point.
Yeah.
And it's just when Arnie gets shot at the fucking front window of the club, and it's just the look on his pus, like, like you're just looking up like, you bastard. Like, that didn't hurt me, but that was really inconvenient. Yeah. And it's just the fucking the music, like the like the fucking, like, score, like, this is a fucking horror movie. This guy will not die. Like, this is a horror movie with guns.
A horror movie that they're no fair to show you.
Aye.
The bad guy. You ken that he can't be stopped.
And, like, how they're getting away in that, like, they make the escape, Kyle Reese and Sarah get in the car. He kens to fucking shoot the gas tank of this car to fucking blow up, like, cause a big enough distraction for them to get away. Arnie comes running through the flames, loses his eyebrows.
Instantly.
Which, like, just makes me look at him, like, oh, he's so weird. Just for the rest of the film.
Did he use fucking hairspray on his eyebrows?
I know, because they were fucking gone. Like, his little, like, wee side quiff.
His side hair shed just turned into fucking spiky.
Aye, exactly. It's like, you ruined my style. Then just fucking... It's Kyle Reese driving like he's playing fucking Grand Theft Auto. Just going over the pavements and, like... That's a wee bit rude. Like, being subtle there. Like,
you still go hide when you see cars driving about the
fucking Terminator's got to find out if there's somebody driving erratically, fucking doing the road on the pavement. Going, I bet that's Kyle Reese doing that driving. And then, like, the movie stops for half an hour whilst Kyle Reese, like, drops all the science and delivers the full plot of the story.
Yeah.
So, right, sit down, Linda or Sarah. Like, and this time it's like, you're kind of kid, and we'll go back in time and do this, and then it's then alien race, and robot race. This, that, the next thing, and it was like, feels about 10 minutes he's telling this story, and it just cuts back and forth of Arnie scoping streets with the eyebrows, just going, like, it just, and again, like, I'm just looking like he's, I just look like a fucking alien. Like, the eyebrows just look so fucking weird.
You're missing out the whole police scene. You know?
Um,
Because they get caught at the end of the car chase. Arnold
Maybe.
Schwarzenegger plows into the wall
Aye.
and disappears.
no, that's later. That's when he finds them and they have to drive off.
You sure?
Aye, because he finds a cop car. Like they're just
But all the cops would be dead.
no. There's a point where they've driven off. He comes out like smoking, and the guy's like, "I've just seen a hit and run," and like Arnie grabs him, and just headbutts him into the side of the car, and then just drives off in his car.
Mm.
And like that, gets him just sitting there with the radio.
Mhm.
But there's police scoping the parking garage, and like they just see like a fucking windy shield with like a body, like an Arnie print on it, and they're like, "Wait a second, we found it." And Arnie's like, "Yes," and just fucking zooms in on them. And then we get the shootout, like that really ace shootout whilst driving, where like both of them are driving cars, but both of them are hanging out like fucking shooting shotguns at each other. Like,
The chance of fucking hitting is like 1%.
aye, it's just like as if Arnie's got a second pair of hands, like his ribs are just driving, holding the wheel whilst he's hanging out the window, and they're just having like a shotgun fight, pretty much. And that was it. It was like it was just cool in the sense that there were no special effects. These guys were just driving at high speed in a well lit tunnel, just shooting at each other, and it just looks fucking cool because it's real. It just looks like as psychos could do that.
Mm-hmm.
So like the police catch them. They get taken to the police, like Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
And at a police station, we get to see all this stuff with Dr. Silberman, and like Arnie disappears to a fucking motel room to do some wee operation on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when you get to see like the proper physical special effects of how cool they are. Like where it's like
he's fucked his fingers or something.
it's animatronic arm and he's
Cuts
just
his
sitting.
arm.
Aye, and you just see the inner workings.
The metal tendons and shit.
Aye, and they're just sitting twitching and fingers are sitting waggling back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a kid, I was like, "Fuck, this is amazing! He's a robot!" And Silverman gets some good lines. So it's like, is Reese crazy? He's like, "That's what we're going to find out, like after the news." But it's just, I love how Reese and Silverman are having like that talking back and forth, and he's like, Reese is telling the story again, but Silverman's picking it apart and said, "Well, why aren't you bringing a ray gun with you?" He's like, "We can't bring, like, it has to be living tissue that goes forward." It's like, it just makes me think, because they're like that back and forth, like Silverman's picking the holes in the story and like Reese is explaining it all. It just makes me think must have been the meeting that like James Cameron had with the producers. Like, well, I didn't get that. Why would he travel through time? He's like, he needs to do that to stop that from happening. Like, it's like, just give me the budget for the film. It's like, now son, like you made Piranha 2, and I think if you can handle a big budget,
Arnold.
Like, yeah.
Here's the Terminator.
It's like, oh fuck, he's a god. Here, have millions. Is it? But don't get a really rubber statue to poke an eye out. Like that very next shot where it's just like a waxwork statue, but it's not. Like that is pretty much a real Terminator. Like it's an animatronic, and it's just going, and then it's just like sitting poking this wee eye out, drops out. But like that's kind of freaky. Is like I was gonna say as a kid, but I think I would have recognised it as a kid. I probably just thought these special effects are amazing. Like I would not think that it's just a giant robotic puppet.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, you watch and go, oh fuck, like this is a film from the 80s.
Yes.
Right. And I've just written quotes at this point, like where it gets to the point where Kyle Reese is going daft at Silverman. He just looks at the fucking camera and says, "That's all he does. He will find her. He will kill her. He will rip her fucking heart out."
And stick his hand in her throat and rip her heart out.
And like, and I never. One thing that I don't think they rely on heavily enough is like the term they use for those Terminators, like HKs, hunter killers.
No, the HKs were the flying ones.
Alright, I thought like that's like basically the type that the Terminator is. Like they've got scouts, they've got this, that, but he's like the HKs.
No, he's the Terminator.
Right, and the HKs are just the
HKs
fucking airships
that
are
flying
scanning.
ships,
right. Alright, because I was like, why do they never use that term more often? Because they're not in any other fucking films.
And it's not them.
Right. Just Reese fucking shouting at the camera was ace. Police thinking that Arnie is just a junkie high on PCP.
Aye, wearing a fucking bulletproof vest.
Aye.
But he punched through the windshield. He's probably gonna have PCP. He probably broke every bone in his head.
Aye.
He won't feel it.
Till tomorrow, where he's like, fuck.
Oh.
Then it cut to like the most famous scene of the film, where like the famous "I'll be back" comes in. It's like, I'm Sarah Connor's friend. Like,
I'm a friend of Sarah Connor.
it's like, I work at Tech Noir. Look at me. I'm in a little jacket with sunglasses on.
She's getting interviewed at the moment. She can't speak to you.
Aye, and he's like, right.
Where is she?
Aye. He's like, obviously she's in the station.
Yeah.
No. What room exactly? The number, please.
It's number 2 if you need to find it.
You mean he goes through the whole building and it's like the first door on the left or the second, and then like he just leaves. Like, well, he does that thing where he just scans the room. Going, I could probably drive a car through this.
Don't worry, I'm going to turn you to rubber soon.
that boy's just been scraped off the fucking dashboard of the car. Well,
did you not see in the film that the rubber dummy?
Maybe no.
When the thing goes through, it's just a rubber dummy sitting like this on the chair as the car goes through.
And it just bouncing. Oh man, see, I missed it watching, like, obviously not watching the Blu-ray. I missed decks flapping, rubber dummies.
You needed the fucking thing when you see the rubber dummy.
Okay,
It's obviously a rubber dummy.
I was too busy just watching the fucking set collapsing around the car. Like, that must have just been made of fucking like cardboard, like. Just a little bit wet, some plexiglass, like sneezed and it would all fall down. But that's it. Like, now we get basically the full assault on like the police station.
Yeah.
Like, he is this one man fucking Terminator with fucking guns. We get to see the first shot of the infrareds, first person perspective, where like he's scanning the room. And I always thought I might have been getting it mixed up with RoboCop, but I always thought there was like a lot more text, like him scanning, questioning things on the side, and like, because or more or less it is just like just some fucking MS-DOS code going back and forth on the screen, and then just like big bold text saying like "fuck you, asshole." Like, it's computing, is it right now? But it's just the shots of like, this is first person, where scanning, person going ooh, trying to get past, and a hand with a gun waving in front of the eyes to go, look, first person. But like, just how he just cuts through the cops that easily. Like, sure, 5 of them run out of a room at the same time and they all stand there going, what? And then that's them done.
There was only 30.
I know, part of me is like, I was going to sit there and go, 1 down, 2 down, 3, but he's just cutting through them that quickly. I couldn't like keep up with the fucking tally.
And you think about the shitebag policemen that pretended they were dead, hiding under dead bodies and shit. They're gonna be there.
But it's like, I'll say it again, like, it is like a slasher movie with guns. Like, because that was it. Like, it was just a massacre. Like, they were saying it themselves. They thought it was like a terrorist was attacking the building. And
I thought they said that. Oh no, it's terrorists.
And it pretty much is. Like, this one person's just mass killing everyone. But it's done to like this 80s space age soundtrack. Yeah. Where some fine electric organ work going on, like I think it's just all these elements that just makes this like the perfect film of like, sure, like if they made the film nowadays, like, well, 3 months ago they did, like they couldn't get away with like the same magic. I do think, like, for Terminator Genesis, I don't think the soundtrack would be as in like maybe in 30 years time looking back on it, it's like, oh, it's of its time, it's amazing. But nah, it's something about just the magic of the old school,
the 80s.
Like what they had to work with then, like what effects they had to work with then, and how they made that look just as good. But like when it gets to the point where Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor escape and they're sitting hiding in a like
under a bridge,
like just cuddling each other and trying to keep warm, and it's like, why did you want here? He's like, I just wanted to meet the legend. He's like, oh, he's a fanboy.
No, it's like, I've loved you for you forever.
Ever like just that picture, it would just keep me warm at night.
Yeah,
like beside the old people watching like a telly that's on fire. Like, I guess that's how the future goes. Like it's keeping up with the Kardashians, and then it's gone, and you're just watching an empty space, and it's still just as entertaining. Because that's it. Like Sarah Connor is the mother of the future, and she's like freaking out because like I've not got any hairspray. It's cold.
Who the fuck's the dad?
Aye.
I don't know. We didn't say much about the dad.
Wink. Then like she's going after him, and John's like she's saying, shouts, I don't know what to do. He's like, wait, John Connor told me a speech ideal for this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you need to fucking man up. You're running the future. This, that, and next shit. Like maybe we'll just tell it everything like when you're sitting in that car, or maybe you just want to save your speeches for certain occasions.
Yeah.
It's like when we get that story, like he talks about the future, how it all goes wrong.
Yeah.
And like you get that sneaky Terminator like breaching the camp.
The biggest fucking gun ever.
Aye. Like I was like, how could you get cast as a fucking Terminator in the 80s? Like you just had to be a fucking bodybuilder, I guess.
Basically.
Like you just had to be a human tank.
Yes.
And hold a big fucking gun.
And look a wee bit like fucking Sylvester Stallone.
Maybe.
Like a wee bit like he was fucking Rambo.
Aye. But it just like he was just sitting tearing through all day. And then like, I'll kill the dogs as well. Like you
shut up.
You think he would kill them first?
I know.
Like, because everyone's like, the dogs are barking, someone's here. Even though the gun was going, like all the fucking, like, space age laser gun sounds.
Yeah.
Like, slash fucking chain gun. Aye, that's it. Like, they obviously leave the underpass and, like, get to, like, a motel room. And, like, why would you phone your mum? Like, okay, all this has happened, just stay away. And like, but they say, no, I'll phone my mum, let her know everything's alright. Like, don't trust your mum. Like, it's great how they revealed it, like that slow camera pan across the living room, and it's just the mum talking. The living room, like, could do a wee tidy likes. Like,
obviously he's just been in there and murdered this one or more.
Aye. And they're just like, why is the living room a mess? And it cuts and it's just him talking.
Did you know that see him sitting on the bed looking at our phone book? And then he sees it and he goes, Big Bear. And it's like got his boss address.
Aye.
Thinking that's where he's going.
Exactly. Like, I think back in the day, you never knew Big Bear was just a place in America. It's like, Big Bear? Well, what's he need a big bear for? Is it Terminator and Hercules together?
Hercules was a bear that we used to go and see when we were bairns.
Aye, there's some local context for you. Cut to, like, right, I'll phone my mum. Fuck it, let's go make John Connor. Like, with a piano ballad of the Terminator theme.
Who knew that the Terminator theme was so romantic?
Like, okay, we watched the movie of the 80s in Highlander. It was moonlit sex scenes.
Yeah.
In the 90s, it was all about tugging the sheets and just holding hands.
And
like,
this was in the middle.
Aye. Like,
because like they were holding hands like he was on the top.
Aye.
But she was like he was on top, and their hands were in here. But I didn't like that. Okay.
Unless there's like a 10-minute, like a director's cut where it's just additional 10 minutes of just him on top of her, just saying, like, call me the mother of the future, call me the mother of the future. It's like, I always wanted to meet you.
Here comes Johnny. I was screaming at her funny.
Like, he just realised, it's like, I saved the future. Or he just realised, my boss is my dad, but not my son.
The guy that brought me up from being a child was really my son.
Time travel hurts. That's when you need Dr. Silverman and go, wait, what?
Silly.
No, how did that happen?
Doesn't make sense.
He just needs to sit down like...
That's a time paradox.
Cut to Arnie just walking in the room. Obviously afterwards.
Yeah.
They're all like, they're putting their Nike trainers back on. Like, just thinking like, well, did we just... No, that's not going to be John Connor. No. Is that okay? We're fine. And then just fucking cuts to like motorcycle chase And
it's because they heard the dog barking when he came into the...
and because we all know if a dog barks...
It's a Terminator.
Aye. Bolt.
He's learned how to speak dog language.
Aye.
So he can do the dog saying that it's a fucking Terminator.
And it's just the fucking fact that Arnie, like... for some reason, I'm not writing these notes. I've never gotten over him with no eyebrows. Like, Arnie still looks like an alien with no eyebrows. Like, this is the fourth time I've mentioned it in my notes. I need to let it go. Arnie getting melted under the truck.
Right.
That, like, I guess that was another dummy being fucking ploughed. But, like, it's just that end result we get of him coming out, and it's just like you get to see the skull underneath. Like he just looks like a jacked up Chucky doll. Like,
and it's just how many fucking, so many different endings there is. Like, oh, he just got run over a truck, that's it. Oh shit, he's not dead. Shit. Oh, the truck just blew up. Oh shit, he's not dead. Oh, he fell in the fire. Oh wait, no, he's getting up.
Probably one of the fucking best shots of the film, because that's it. You think it's over, like, got hit, drives the truck, they blow up. They put a pipe bomb in the tailpipe, right. Blow it all up. They're lying there cuddling, like, just fucking emotional. It's over.
It's like, Ray! No, he shouted, Sarah!
Aye.
Kyle! And just stop here in front of this big metal pile.
Aye. And I just gone. Then it's just the fucking, like, what a shot would imagine would probably traumatise children, like just seeing that robot skeleton stand up from the fucking the wreckage. Yeah, and like, fuck, like, okay, Arnie's gone now, like, but the fucking, like, this is the Terminator, like, and you have to get him for making such a fucking cool looking.
It was awesome.
Like that kind of defined what robots look like in, like, my childhood. It was like skeletons.
The Terminator.
It's not 3 cardboard boxes wrapped in tinfoil. Like, it's not fucking Lost in Space or some other fucking 80s though. Like, the fucking skeleton, like, action figures I bought of those fucking skeletons. Like, I have them in bronze. And this, that, and the next thing. Like, I love how, like, 18 rated films, but they still made action figures so that kids to buy. It's like, these are amazing. I can't wait another 10 years until I get to see the movie.
Fucking 80s are fucked.
It didn't matter what I guess they made fucking everything.
Age ratings were just a suggestion.
Aye. Like, I'm pretty sure you could have bought, like, a Rocky figure with a mashed up face. Like, end of film Rocky. Like, with, like, Psychic Adrian. Anyway. Aye, that's it, because, like, all the fucking shit goes wrong. It blows up. But it's just the shot of that fucking poor stuntman, like, falling out of the cab of the truck, walking, falling over. Like, oh, some poor cunt had to do that. Like, as you said, the whole Terminator standing up out of the fire, theatrical as fuck. But it's when they're running away and the Terminator's coming after them, you realise they've got shit feet. They've got, like, looks like little 3-pegged walking sticks.
I never paid attention.
Like, it cuts these shots of just showing how it's walking, and it's like, it's limping, but it just looks like it's got, like, 3 prongs. It's like a camera stands for feet. It's like, has it lost its actual skeleton feet, but it just looks like something with a Zimmer frame following you, just like.
I never paid attention to the feet.
Get your Blu-ray and watch those feet. And then, like, you get those full shots of, like, the Terminator following them into the building, and it's like the Jason.
The bad screen.
Aye, like the. Not stop motion animation, maybe?
Stop motion,
aye. Because it's like just like fucking Jason and the Argonauts. Like, it's kind of cool, like, just to see, like, those type of effects and put to good use. Like, it didn't look terrible.
Yeah.
Like, they never used those effects for, like, 3/4 of the film. It's just for those small shots of, like, rather than having puppeteers walk a puppet doing a fucking walkway. But then Kyle Reese, like, the only was like, look, we still have one last pipe bomb. Just suck it in his hip.
Hear that shit.
Take a wee tumble in the stairs. It blows up. It's all over.
Nope.
Nope. Well, it's all over for Kyle.
Aye.
He's fucking pan-breed in the bottom of the stairs.
Did he roll backwards down a set of metal steps then?
He's like, I'm just going to take a head-first roll into these fucking steel steps. Like, ow.
Especially cheese grater.
He's like, did the pipe bomb kill him? He's like, no, the fucking fall did.
He just killed himself.
Aye, he could have just protected his neck, but not. Silly bastard. He just knew what he'd done. He's like, right, fuck, she's pregnant now. I better get myself out of this situation.
Yeah, fuck this. I'm not raising my dad.
The whole fucking, like, there was one shot where like they rolls his body over. And it's like, wait a second, that's not Michael Biehn. It just was like some extra.
Like was like a bit.
Aye, he was like, oh well. But like, it is that great horror moment where she's like freaking out. She's like hurt herself. He's dead. She's like, it's over. But no, like the fucking torso of the Terminator is still after her. Like it sits up somehow. Like I was missing the lower part of his body, but it just, I guess it just does a wee push up. And like, you get that fucking great moment where it starts crawling towards her, and she starts going in the fucking most fucking confined spaces.
I know, it was a bit when it was on the fucking conveyor belt. She's like, and he's just sitting there.
He's like, yep, I'll get you eventually. I'm coming. And then she goes through like almost a wee air duct, but it's not. It's like some compressor. And like it's just for the fault of claustrophobia. Going, oh, why are you going in there? And she gets through, pulls the grate down, and is like, "You're terminated, fucker," and just hits the button, and that's it. Finally, it's not like a little compressed cube's now following her down the street. It's like, for fuck's sake, leave me alone.
Go away. You're no possible chance of hurting me right now.
Aye.
The only chance you've got is if I swallow you. You give me radiation sickness.
I'll feed you the Buckley. Then cuts to like her driving in a Jeep
In Mexico.
A little Spanish kid scams her a $5.
Right.
It's like, I took your picture, you owe me money.
Just give him Quattro.
Okay. What, the drink?
That's Quattro. What's Quattro?
Pero?
No.
Money?
Yes. How much?
Spanish money?
How much?
I don't know.
Un, dos, tres, cuatro.
4? Little kid's like, my dad's gonna batter me unless you give me like $5.
I'll give you 4.
Aye, and then we get the photo that started it all. It's like quickly tying up that loose end. Like just so Jim Cameron's like, no, see, that's where the photo came from. In case they'd never let me make another one. And then obviously there's a storm coming.
Right.
And that just makes me think, there's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne. Wait, no, that's Catwoman. That's Dark Knight Rises. Then Netflix suggested, like,
Rocky 3.
Aye, like, wait a
I
second.
noticed that. I tried it because I was going to watch it on fucking Netflix.
Aye, why would it suggest Rocky 3? Maybe you should suggest Terminator 2. Oh wait, you don't have it. They only have the first Terminator on Netflix. What the fuck?
I know.
Anyway, let's get to the trivia.
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger iconic catchphrase almost became "I will be back" because he thought it sounded more machine-like without contraction. He felt that "I'll" sounds too feminine. It was the one major disagreement between Arnold Schwarzenegger and James Cameron. And all Cameron had to say was, "I don't tell you how to act, so don't tell me how to write." Wow, that was like, that took balls to say, like, the fucking 80s Arnold Schwarzenegger putting him in his place. Then that guy could just fucking terminate him. The part where the Terminator smashes through the windshield was done in one take with a real windshield. A hydraulic ram was used to make it appear as if it was Arnold Schwarzenegger's fist shattering the glass. That was when they were trying to get away for the club and just... I'm pretty sure they used a hydraulic ram to punch that pilly as well. In the scene where the Terminator performs surgery on itself to remove the damaged prosthetic eye, although the face is a puppet stand-in, the hands that are performing surgery are Arnold Schwarzenegger's.
Oh, wow.
So it must have been just like his arms. It would be almost as if like somebody's trying to take a woman's bra off.
Right.
Like just a scalpel stabbing a puppet in the face. Like, is that the eye? Is that the eye? It's like, no, you've pierced his nose. Box office and budget. Let's see. How much do you think it took to make the film Terminator?
45.
Boy, this took $6.4 million.
What?
Yeah. Aye.
Holy shit.
Like, I guess they never trusted him that much. Like, I'd like to see what the budget for the next one is. I'm pretty sure they would just be throwing it at him.
Oh, aye.
How much money do you think it made worldwide?
125.
I think maybe inflation, maybe nowadays they would get that, but it is 78 million. So,
still not bad.
38 domestic and 40 in the foreign market. But for if it costs you 6.4 million, like, easy. Awards, it is ranked in IMDb's top 250 at number 206 of the best rated films. It won some awards at the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy and Horror Films. In 1985, it won Best Science Fiction Film, Best Writing, and Best Makeup. It was nominated for Best Actor for Schwarzenegger. They lost to Jeff Bridges for Starman.
What?
I think it's a John Carpenter film. Linda Hamilton also missed out on Best Actress. Daryl Hannah won it for Splash, so The Mermaid won it. And Best Director, James Cameron lost out to Gremlins, Joe Dante.
Oh, well.
And also lost out on Best Music, which lost to, again, Gremlins, by Jerry Goldsmith. So that was Gremlins' year, I guess. Internet's reaction, IMDb rated it 8.1 out of 10, based on 537,000 votes. Rotten Tomatoes, what percentage?
73.
Andrew, this is 100% fresh.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, fucking batten down the hatches. 53 positive reviews. If we ever do get onto Rotten Tomatoes, I'm going to give it a negative one just to fucking break the chain. The audience rated it 88%. So... So for a film that's got 100% positive reviews, our rotten quotes are fucked. So we've got 3 fresh quotes. Time Out said, "Damn close to perfect." Empire Magazine, a tense, slickly executed thriller which is sent to a relatively unknown Australian bodybuilder screaming into the world spotlight. And New York Times, "This is just a monster movie, and the monster's role fits Mr. Schwarzenegger just fine."
Yeah, no speaking.
Right, Andrew, 5-finger film punch. How much fingers would you give to the Terminator?
I would probably get a 4.5.
4.5.
I'd maybe get a 5 if I had the money to buy it.
Well, it has got a Blu-ray out, but I think when looking at it, it deserves a fucking proper decent, like, special features, this, that, commented. It needs the fucking works. Like, it's an excellent film on its own, but it's like, if you're going to the point of owning it, like, there needs to be some like cushy extras. Why do I get you say cushy? But like it just needs some decent extras, like how like Arrow do re-releases of old films and give it a proper treatment, give it interviews, commentaries, making ofs, and this, that, and the next, and like the works, all the fixings, more expressions. I need to emphasise.
Was
lots
there never
of
a 20-year anniversary?
Well, that's it. Like that Blu-ray that came out, like I never bought it, so that gives me the impression that it didn't have enough to warrant a purchase. But I'd quite fancy to see what the steelbook would look like. I'm sure it's probably like stupid, ridiculous prices. But like maybe it's just the condensed cube of the face. Just open that. Okay, so next time on the Films and Swearing Movie Podcast, it is part 2. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, yes.
Is it Terminator 2 or is it just Terminator Judgment Day? I think it's T2.
T2.
Go to filmsandswearing.com for reviews. I'll hopefully finish our article of Bravehearts 20 years later. It's taken me like a year to write it, so it might be 21 years later. Go to facebook.com/filmsandswearing to follow us on Facebook. Follow us both on Twitter at FAS Podcast and FAS_Andy. Let's get you some followers. For everything else social, just go to filmsandswearing.com. All the buttons are there. If you need more Scottish podcasts, more Scottish movie podcast in your ears.
Yes.
Go to massmovieSideUK.com where you can listen to their reviews of Straight Outta Compton.
Aye, well, I thought it was a good film.
You watched it?
Yeah.
I'm behind, I'll need to get there. So other than that, that is it.
Is it?
Yeah, like you could go to Amazon and buy a big telly if you want.
Aye.
Yep, via our Amazon link on filmsandswearing.com. But other than that, I've been your host today, Stu, and joining me is the no caring, hat wearing, all swearing. I said hat, didn't I?
Aye.
That's fine.
Oh, dear.
Aye, we've said enough.
Aye.
Andrew, tell our audience.
Fuck off and tune in next week.
Buy a big telly.
We'll be back.
Your clothes, give them to me.
No, they won't fit you. They're too big.